Radiance Films continues delving into the world of Japanese cinema of the past with their release on Blu-ray of 1958's Underworld Beauty, a noir crime thriller drama actioner that stars Michitarô Mitsumisha. I'm going to mangle all these names. Mari Shiraki and Shinsuke Ashida, and it's directed by Seijun Suzuki, who is best known for Branded to Kill and Tokyo Drifter, very popular cult titles in the sort of pop Japanese crime thriller genre of the 60s. This predates those films, and this is really cool. This is really good. It's a brisk, I always say brisk because I'm so used to Japanese films of the modern day being well over 2 hours. This is brisk, 87 minutes, black and white, Japanese with English subtitles, crisp, noiry, black and white photography, really well shot, really interesting compositions and camera angles and things like that. And the basic story is it's this competitive cat and mouse game between these several criminals operating kind of in the shadows who are trying to get, it's like a hot potato crime drama. There is an amount of diamonds. There's a deal is going to go down to hand off these diamonds for the cash. Something goes wrong. There's gunplay. One of the guys swallows the diamonds, and I don't want to tell you the whole story, jumps off a higher elevation to his death, and then it becomes, where are the diamonds? How do we get the diamonds? How do we retrieve the diamonds from said corpse? And it's nuts. It's low-key, it's played straight, it's not a comedy, but it's just the way the story goes is crazy. Adding to the mix of this is the sister of one of the crooks. I believe it's the sister of the guy who killed himself and swallowed the diamonds. She's a bold, badass character on her own, and it's excellent. It's an excellent film. I'd never heard of this. I love that Radiance keeps doing these Blu-ray premieres. Sometimes worldwide Blu-ray premieres, US Blu-ray premieres, or just home video premieres for some of these movies in the US that I'd never heard of. I've heard of precious little of what Radiance puts out, and I love that. I love that they're just digging deep and just bringing all these world cinema nuggets to our shores. They're a British company, so some things they release due to licensing or whatever are only available in the UK. That was the disc falling to the ground. They're only available in the UK. Some are US and UK, but they're worth seeking out. The packaging is always great. The transfers are always excellent. The extras aren't always voluminous, but they are very good, very well done, and they always sort of elaborate into the world of the filmmakers, the world of the genre that you're talking about. It just beautiful period photography, location photography. A lot of it's shot on location, so you get to just see Japanese streets and businesses and downtowns and rural areas and industrial areas and things like that. And the set design for what is constructed is really phenomenal and really kind of stylish and interesting. So really cool movie, Underworld Beauty. What are the extras on this? We have special features. Film critic Mizuki Kodama discusses Underworld Beauty as one of the earliest examples of Seijun Suzuki's undermining, I'm reading from the menu screen, undermining of filmmaking conventions, especially his depiction of the film's heroine. That's 15 minutes. You get the trailer that's 3 minutes. You get an entire additional film. It's a short film, but additional film from 1959 by Suzuki called not called Underworld Beauty. It's called Love Letter, as I said, from 1959. And it was made, I guess, between this and Tokyo Drifter, I believe. And it's 40 minutes long. It's really good. Beautifully shot. Film a little bit rough at the beginning of in terms of the visual presentation, where the gate flow. Usually it happens when the film shrinks over time, or the sprocket holes shrink or get stretched, and you sort of see the image floating a little bit. Not a big deal, but otherwise the thing looks phenomenal. Again, shot in black and white. And basically it's this woman she's a singer, I believe, singer in the city, and she goes off to the mountains, snowy mountains, and meets a guy and sort of falls for him. They have a back and forth love letter romance. She goes back and things don't go as planned. I'm not going to tell you where it goes because there are surprises. Very much like a melodrama, romantic melodrama, but really nicely acted, scored, beautifully shot. The snowy Japanese mountains where the woman is sort of trudging through the woods, sightseeing, I guess, in the snow, and this guy who's a hunter. Just, it's so well done. It's really nice. I don't know what the original, they don't really get too deep into how this would have played. At least I missed it if they did, where this would have played originally, being 40 minutes long, but it's really good, and it's really cool that it's on here because otherwise 40-minute films don't usually get a lot of standalone releases. So when a filmmaker's shorter works, especially if they're related in some way to the main feature or sort of filling in the gaps between features, it's really cool that it's on here. It has audio commentary by William Carroll and the film's trailer is also on here. So let me show you the packaging. Pardon the top of my head for just a minute. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. So this is Radiance Films packaging. They always put these little obi strips in here, just like a Japanese release. That is that can be slid out if you open up the case. It's not going to permanently block what's on here. This is, by the way, region A and B. So this is one that will play in the US and it will play in England. And it's a Blu-ray, and we crack it open, and the disc came off the hub. Crack it open. The discs don't usually have anything too interesting on them themselves, but they put these in clear cases. So you can have the new artwork for the film that Radiance has put together, or you flip it around, flip it around, and you have the original Japanese poster art, which is really cool. Same liner notes on either side. Or no, actually, no liner notes on the back of the Radiance version. Liner notes there, but with the clear case, it's a British innovation that's been going on for years. With the clear case, you can read it. You don't have to put another piece of paper in there. But they do put another piece of paper in there, which is a booklet. Not too hefty, but a nice booklet with nice still photography and still frames pulled from the movie that are just razor sharp. You get a cast and crew. I'll just read you the contents here. You get the cast and crew list. You get The Moth That Flies Too Close to the Flame, a 2024 article by Claudia Siefenleach. You get a review of Underworld Beauty from 1958. They started doing this. It's really cool. They do original reviews of films they release from people in the country of origin. So you get to hear what people thought at the time it came out in Japan, and then you just get credits for the transfer and this edition. And again, it's just very cleanly, nicely laid out. Really good release of a really cool film that I had never heard of. Thanks to Radiance Films. On Blu-ray, we now have Underworld Beauty.